KREM 2 breaking news now.
It happens in so many critical cases. It was citizens who were paying attention to their surroundings, being aware and willing to step up and say something that led to the relatively quick apprehension of Mr. Farnacci.
Breaking news this morning, an arrest in connection to the Old Trails fire that has destroyed hundreds of homes in Spokane and forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate. The sheriff believes the suspect started the fire on purpose. This is Up with KREM at 6 a.m. I'm Tim Pham. We are getting new details and new reaction to the arson arrest. The suspect is expected in court in a matter of hours. Christian Baldera is live now with us this morning with more information on the suspect and the investigation. Christian?
Tim, the fire that this man allegedly set spread so quickly, destroying this entire block of homes. There are about 50 homes here that are just destroyed, and every single one looks exactly like this. Just a crater of ash, debris, and twisted metal. Only chimneys out here now remain. Now, this fire burned over 640 structures in a single day, making it the most destructive wildfire in state history. Investigators have arrested this 37-year-old man, Aaron Farnacci, on suspicion of first-degree arson. This is a mugshot of the suspect from a previous conviction for manslaughter and aggravated assault in Arizona. He pleaded guilty in 2012 and was sentenced to over 12 years in prison. He was released in December 2020 and discharged from probation in December 2024. Police said a witness spotted him near the Old Trails fire shortly before it started Saturday. The witness said he was looking into trees and bending down in dry grass before nervously walking away. He was arrested about a half mile from where the fire started, carrying waterproof matches and a butane lighter. Authorities questioned him, and he was initially released until more evidence was discovered.
What could the punishment be? I'm a Christian, and I can't imagine what goes through a person's mind.
Kids are probably gonna have to go to counseling for dealing with all that with PTSD. Like, her daughter has anxiety, man, and to find out that like somebody started that, like, there's a lot of families. A teacher that I work with right behind my house lost everything that he had, including his pets, and like to know that that all could have been avoided is heartbreaking, man.
The news broke as some residents returned to find their homes leveled by wildfires. Flames have consumed more than 8,000 acres, and it is still at 0% containment. Authorities are racing to make progress. Aaron Farnacci is being held on $1 million bond and could appear in court as soon as today. Authorities have said that so far there's been no evidence that has linked him to the two other major wildfires burning in the Spokane area. In Spokane, I'm Christian Baldera, KREM 2 News.
Christian, thank you. We do have new reaction to the arrest this morning from Washington Governor Bob Ferguson.
And it just takes a tragic situation and just makes it more heartbreaking to think that that much of this damage could have been caused by an individual doing this on purpose. So it adds to a really challenging situation.
The governor said the arrest and belief that the fire was intentionally set adds to the, quote, absolute anguish that so many are experiencing. We continue to track the Spokane area wildfires this morning. In just a few minutes, we will have an update on the fires and evacuations. We have Regan Gallo at the command post this morning to get the very latest information. But now let's get over to Jenny Power as we are under a weather impact alert. Jenny, air quality remains a big concern today. So how is the air quality right now?
Yeah, Tim, well, as we take this live look here over the Spokane skyline, we can just see how thick that the smoke is on this Tuesday. And it's because of area wildfires and the continued very light winds, which becomes a little bit of a double-edged sword for us. The lighter winds are great news for firefighting efforts, but it means a lot of the smoke that we are dealing with is remaining stagnant here over parts of Spokane. So current temperature 54 degrees. Winds are very light out of the east-northeast at currently 5 miles per hour sustained. We have been waking up to unhealthy air quality conditions, and we're looking to fluctuate and dip in and out of the very unhealthy range. That's when it impacts everyone. So as we take a look at the maps this morning, all the areas shaded in red here are experiencing unhealthy air quality. We've even been seeing pockets out toward the Millwood area that are at that very unhealthy level. Toward central Washington, we are experiencing more widespread, very unhealthy conditions to even hazardous air quality levels just north of Wenatchee. In the Spokane area, our unhealthy air quality level is sitting at an AQI of 197. To get to very unhealthy, we just have to cross that 200 threshold. So we are very close to very unhealthy conditions, which we're anticipating to reach this afternoon, unfortunately. It's why these widespread air quality alerts are in place for all of these areas shaded in gray until further notice, really almost the entire Pacific Northwest. Current wind speeds remain light, though. They are shifting a little bit, so areas to the southwest of where fires are burning expecting to pick up some more smoke. But the extended view of this coming up here in my full weather forecast. Tim?
We are learning upwards of 700 to 1,100 structures have been burned. On your screen now, you can see some before and after images of neighborhoods devastated by the fires. Right now, fire crews are going block by block, documenting what has burned and tracking whether they are homes or businesses or another type of building. That work is expected to take several days. Altogether, the Spokane Area Fires have burned about more than 10,000 acres. Let's take a look at the specifics between the three fires. The Old Trails Fire is burning on the northwest side of Spokane. It's burned more than 3,600 acres. The Autumn Lane Fire remained the most active overnight. That's up in the 9 Mile area. It is now the largest of the three at 5,600 acres. Emergency services are asking for people to stay off Rudder Parkway. And forward progress on the Fairview Fire is now stopped. It was burning just east of US 395 in the Meade area. The fire burned just over 1,000 acres. Let's get a look now at the latest evacuations as they are changing. Overnight, fire crews downgraded several evacuation orders for the Old Trails and Fairview fires to level 2 get set. This is the Spokane County evacuation map. You can see just how big of an area is still under that level 3 go now evacuation. Now looking at the Stevens County side of the fire, you can see the large red area with those go now evacuations. Most of Suncrest is in an elevated level 2 be ready evacuation level. You should, if you would like more details and a closer look at the evacuation maps, we have them on our website, KREM.com. This morning, we are hearing from some people that were forced to evacuate from the Spokane Area Fires. KREM 2's Regan Gallo live with some emotional reaction from one evacuee. Good morning, Regan. Tell us their story.
Good morning, Tim. Yeah, very emotional and complex stories. But first and foremost, right now, I'm at the incident command post at Mount Spokane High School. And about the next hour or so, we are anticipating new details about fire updates, impacted structures, the investigation. So we will update everyone at home on that very, very soon. But the last 24 hours, I've had the opportunity to talk to several people impacted by the Spokane Area Fires. One in particular, a mom of two, Jessica, who has lived in North Spokane her entire life and lived in the area of the Old Trails Fire for the last 20 years. Now her house escaped the flames, was the only home in the entire cul-de-sac that did not burn while the others were destroyed. Her sister, her next door neighbor, did not have the same fate. That house burned completely to the ground. So she talks about the complexity of the feeling of seeing her sister go through this while her house survived. Let's take a listen to Jessica now.
I'm just hoping and praying for the best. And me and my sister looked at each other and we were like, our houses are gone. Like we just had this feeling that there's no way that they're going to stand, especially when as we were leaving, we could see the flames. And then I think there is a little bit of like guilt and sorrow that we're able to grab stuff and other people weren't.
Definitely an element of survivor's guilt there that a lot of people have told us they are feeling in these past few days. Jessica told me she's a very spiritual woman and that she just thanks God it's a blessing that her house is still standing, but her and so many others are still wondering when they might even be able to come back home. They don't know at this point in time, and they are staying away out of the evacuation zone with family and friends to keep safe at this time. And again, coming up, we are going to be hearing from local law enforcement and fire officials on updates from the last 24 hours. We've been hearing these about every morning around 7 a.m. or so. So we're hoping to get those updates soon. Again, right here at Mount Spokane High School, the incident command post. Regan Gallo, KREM 2. Tim, back to you.
All right, Regan. We are launching our Help to Northwest campaign, which is a partnership between KREM, the American Red Cross, STCU, and Rosars. You can donate right now by using this QR code on your screen, or you can visit krem.com and click on the Help to Northwest link. It goes right to the Red Cross. Thomas Hammer is helping out the community as well, donating 100% of all coffee, drink, and bean sales today. Laura Papetti will join us live in our next half hour with more details on how you can help.